Hi, this is Erik Peacock with the Rapid Fat Loss Program. This is the Lactic Deplete workout, gym version, deplete portion. So, the deplete portion of the workout, the idea here is to create what we call, the techie term is called insulin sensitivity, but it basically means our body is moving carbohydrates into the muscle and the glycogen versus storing it as fat. Well, in order to do this, sometimes we have to starve the body of carbohydrates. So we're cleaning up our nutrition. That's one part of it. But the other part is we're going to actually take and we're going to burn off the carbohydrates by how we work out. So we're going to do with the deplete version here, we're going to do a lot of volume, which means a lot of sets and reps to really kind of just burn off all the fuel from the main tank, which is our muscles and our liver. So we have to go into the reserve tank, which is the fat store. So we're going to do this with the 3 exercises. That's all we need to hit every part, every muscle in the body. And we know with you guys, time is of the essence. We want to make this simple and time efficient, so it's not a lot of things to remember. So number 1, we're going to start with good old squats. We're going to do what's called the goblet squat. We're going to use a dumbbell or kettlebell. I'm going to use a dumbbell in this case because most people have those at gyms. Not everybody has kettlebells. I'm going to find a target. In this case, this bench works really good for me that I can get myself to a parallel squat. So when I squat, you can see on my thighs are about parallel with the ground. That's a pretty good aim point for me. You can go, if you have the mobility, you can go a little lower. We're going to turn the toes out, shoulder width. This is tight against my chest. I'm going to sit back into my heels. My knees come out a little bit. Tap the hips. Back into the heels. Tap the hips. Now, a couple things. Why do we have a target back there? Because it gets me back on my heels, squatting with my hips and my thighs. A lot of people squat like this, put a lot of stress into their knees. We want to work the butt and the hips, not just for looks, but for function. It also takes stress off the knees. Plus, I'm going to push my knees out. So as I get to the bottom here, I'm going to push my knees out. Try to get my elbows inside my thighs and push up. Elbows inside my thighs and push up. And what that does is if I push my knees out, I activate my outer hips, which stabilizes me at the bottom of the movement. It keeps me nice and safe. Once again, using a fast tempo. That's number 1. Number 2 is we're going to get you working with some weights, some dumbbells. We're going to use probably 10 to 20 pounds, depending on where your fitness level's at. We're going to take here, when you get these up, we're going to swing and fall back here like this. Feet are going to be firmly planted in the ground. My belly button's pulled into my stomach. I'm going to take it, I'm going to pull my shoulder blades together. I'm going to come down to a 90-degree angle. I'm going to drive to the center, back to a 90-degree angle, drive to the center. Always keeping my wrist above my elbow so I have good mechanical position, so I'm not going to lose the dumbbell to the inside. So coming down here, my shoulder blades are pinched, my abs are tight, driving to the middle. I keep my feet on the floor, and then when I get done, I'm going to put these here, and I'm going to do the power sit-up and set them down here. And that's just for safety. I don't want to throw them to the side because that's a good way to tweak a shoulder. So that's your chest press, 10 reps, a weight that you can do about 15 times. So you're better to start light. If you haven't used a lot of dumbbells, it's going to be a little wobbly at first. That's normal. It's kind of like when you learn to ride a bike as a kid. You know, it was uncoordinated and awkward at first, but as you use more dumbbells, it's going to become more natural to you. The third and final movement of the deplete phase is going to be a body roll. So in this case, I set up a bar here in a squat rack. Setting it up probably at about sternum height. Okay, we're going to put it about sternum height, and we always want to pull into the class. Now, some of you have a Smith machine at your gym. All it is a bar attached to a machine, and when that bar is on that machine, you can just slide into this. It's not going to come off like this bar, but you're going to slide into the position you want. But you always, whether you're using a squat rack or a Smith machine, you always want to be pulling into the clasp here. So I'm going to keep about the same width as my grip over there, so a little wider shoulder width. I'm going to start at about a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to engage myself by pulling with my shoulder blades, hitting myself in the sternum. I'm back, hitting myself in the sternum. Notice how my toes are up, and my body moves as one unit here. As I'm pulling, I'm starting my pull through my shoulder blades, and I'm squeezing my shoulder blades, so my upper back and my rear shoulders are doing a lot of the work. Get that upper back strong. That's going to get you a better posture. That's going to take away neck pain. Plus, you're training more muscles at once than just pulling with your arms. So, body roll, going from body roll to back to squat to dumbbell press, working through 3 times nonstop until we've done, for week 1, 6 rounds. Week 2, we're going to go 8 rounds. So this is a nonstop workout. You might get a quick sip of water, but we want to keep you moving throughout this whole workout to get a lot of work done in a little bit of time. So that's the deplete portion of the gym version of the Lactic Deplete workout.